What's up everyone, it's Matt Mrozik, and this is a review of the 36th Lab Incredible Hulk kit. This thing is freaking massive. I actually thought I was getting this last week, so I posted a thing on the group that I was getting this last week, but it was something else. But this is really a phenomenal piece. And full disclosure, I was actually given this kit by the producer because he asked me if I would help him promote the piece, and I made several posts on my personal page and across the boards, and he sold a lot of pieces. So huge props to the producer, because he gave this to me as a thank you for helping promote the piece, and I was more than happy to, because it's phenomenal. The sculptor on this is Giacinto Platania. I hope I'm saying that right. My good friend Jason Fiedler is the proto painter. Proto paint looks amazing. This is impressive. The packing was phenomenal, no breakage. From the initial view I saw this, I looked at this, the quality is top notch. He's massive. This may be the biggest piece I've had in my possession so far. I have yet to put them together. But let's go over the pieces real quick, because there's some really interesting choices for the kit. As everyone knows who follows me, as a kit builder, I like as many pieces as possible, because it makes it easier to paint. So the heads are done really interesting. There's 4 heads, and they're all a certain version. And I'm not going to attempt to try to tell you which version is which, because I don't know. Excuse me, I'm going to be coughing. I'm actually a little sick right now. I've been sick the past week. So I'm going to be sniffling and coughing. But really cool. So what they did is they molded all the faces separately, like this. All the teeth and mouths insert from the back. The hair is separate too. And then, like, if there's a tongue, that's separate too. And they all have this plate, and I think these are all the same. Yeah, I think these are all the same, because I think the pose on the head, on the piece, is all the same across the board. But once you get done painting and building it, you simply glue this piece on the bottom, and then that's the head. Like I said, if you have to try to put this together yet, it's going to go very smoothly, because the quality looks good. I'm not sure if there's any fitting issues. So really cool. So like this first head right here, you got the teeth, you got the tongue. So that makes painting a painter's life so much easier, because you can airbrush the tongue, you can airbrush and then do washes. The teeth you have to hand paint, but it makes it much easier to do that than trying to paint a mouth while it's in the head. And the Magneto prototype I'm doing the one open mouth portrait was done the same way. And then at first, like, oh, I'm not sure I like that. And I loved it. It made it painting so much easier. Sculpt is phenomenal. The quality on the casting is top notch. Lots of great texture in here. Let me see if I can get the exposure down. There we go. So lots of great texture in the skin. So far, really nice quality. It came in 2 large boxes. One was with a base. Let's see, one box was the base, the upper torso, and 2 heads. And the other box, the smaller box, were the legs, the other 2 heads, and some of the base pieces. Here is the torso. Great sculpt. I'm gonna do my best to stay in front of the camera. Sometimes it's hard for me to do. Great piece. I mean, what I like on this one is I actually like the fingernails. They're really big, and they're really just kind of disgusting looking, which I think of when Hulk. They're actually sculpted, really defined really well. A lot of times, I think the fingernails are overlooked a little bit, and they're just kind of really soft. These have a lot of detail in them. And anyone who has this piece or saw Jason's paint up, he brought those details out very nicely. Great detail in the veining, lots of texture in the skin. It is hollow casted. He would make, let's see, the big box probably weighed, on UPS it said 40 pounds. I think that's light. It's probably more like 50 or 60 pounds on the big box. Those smaller boxes are much lighter. But great detail on the torso. Here are the legs. I'm not gonna try to pick them up because I've got everything kind of propped up. Great sculpting in the pants. The one thing that I saw, excuse me again, when I saw this and I saw the painted piece, has nothing to do with the paint or anything. The one thing that I'm not real crazy about are these little, I know they're trying to accomplish here, are these little tears that are going across the legs. I get the concept. I think maybe the sculpt is a little off because to me they look kind of like spider webs, not really tears. I think maybe the tears on this side are a little more accurate. They're not as thick. They're a little more random, not so uniform looking. I think the tears in this particular area, I think they're a little too thick, and it's a small nitpick. A little too thick, maybe a little too, I don't know, I think they're too organized. I think it needs to be more random or less of them. So that's like one crit I have on the sculpt. But other than that, I love the tearing effect on the pants on the bottom. Once we get this put together, I'll try to spin them around my Despot. I don't know, the base is very deep. It's like 27 inches deep. Nice big metal peg up here to connect the body and the torso. There's nice metal pegs in the feet to go in the base. You can see in the background here, there's a couple pieces of rock that are separate from the base. I'm not sure why they did that, to be honest. Maybe just to make it painting a little bit easier, but you know, like I said, the more pieces, the better. And then over here, I've got the base standing up, and then we've got some of the rubble and stuff for the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and we'll get the base down, and then we're going to I'll put them together because again I'll have to stand in front of the camera. I'll have to put this guy together. So let me I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try to put this together and not block the camera too much. So before I put this down, I want to show you the nice sticker you get on the bottom. The kits are not numbered. I think there's 5 kits, and I'm not sure if the edition size 40 includes the kits or it's 40 painted in 5 kits. I'm not sure, to be honest. But again, great. I love the fact that they gave Jason Fiedler credit on the paint. I think I've done about a dozen prototypes so far, and I've yet to receive credit on the paint on the sticker. And I asked about that to one of the producers, and their answer, which makes a lot of sense, is a little dusty on the bottom here from the factory, which I get, is that if you get a kit and there's credit to the painter, well, then whoever paints it, their name's not on the base, which makes sense. So I suggest maybe just if you could do like I have personal stickers that I send out with all my things that have it's got my logo on it, and it says painted by, and that's left blank. It doesn't even doesn't even have my name on it, so I signed it. So maybe I don't know if it's too much trouble making a separate sticker for the kits where it says painted by and then just leave it blank, or I don't know. So but you know, it's a little thing, but it's nice that they gave him credit. So props to Jason for getting credit for the paint. And as I was picking the base up, 2 pieces fell off. These 2 pieces of pipe. One was not glued in at all, and then this one was loose, so it fell out. So again, they just broke it down a little bit more. So let's get this guy down on the turntable. And I believe this is the front. Again, I'll try my best not to block this while I do it, because it's really hard to assemble these things without blocking the camera. But let's get a depth on the base real quick. So the depth is where it's going to kill you if you don't have space. 28 inches deep. So the base is 28 inches deep. And then the width wise, at the widest point, is about 15 and a half. So it's very deep. Again, I haven't seen this in person put together, so we'll see what it looks like displayed. So maybe if I kneel down in front here, I can do this without blocking too much. So these guys go in here. This is going to go here, just like that. These 2 pieces of pipe. Let's see, I think this one comes in over here, like that. And then this one comes in, and it fits in a very specific way, just like that. So it's not as nice as they're separate. Makes painting easier. So I think the rest of the stuff, again, I haven't put this together yet. I think it has to be put on after Hulk is on. So let me get the legs on there. I won't put this. Nice big metal peg in the front leg, and just a big key in the front and the back foot. So this is my first time trying to put them together, so it may take me a second. Sometimes you gotta wiggle them in and get just the right angle. All right. There we go. All right, he's sitting there very nicely. I think I have it balanced pretty good. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let me get the torso. All right. Zoom pin up. This is a big boy. Holy crap. All right, so it fits very well. Great fit on the waist. Great fit on the feet of on the base. I'm actually going to turn this background light off. I think it's screwing up my lighting a little bit. I thought it would help, but let's try that. Yeah, that's better. I had the room light on, but I think the tungsten light is just screwing it up. Okay, so now let's find out where all this other crap goes, other stuff. All right, so we got some rocks here and some pegs. Looks like this guy's going to come into here. Probably this way. Okay, sorry if I'm blocking the camera. Okay, yeah, so you got to put that in and then this in. That's why it's molded separately. See, there's a reason for it. While they do things. There's a little bit of a gap on this rock over here, but I'm not sure how much it's going to show. It'll be an easy fix. That rock slides in like that. Again, a little bit of a gap, but nothing little. So when I do my Bondo trick, I found out there's a term for that actually. It's called a Bondo press. Any of you sci-fi guys, modelers in particular, there's a modeler named Randy Cooper, who is a old school. He built models for the films. I mean, he worked on some of the Iron Mans, Terminator. He's a model builder for the film industry, or he used to be. And he uses that term all the time. So I found out it's called a Bondo press. So that's what that is. When I do that, it's called a Bondo press. So I learn something new every day. Okay, I got this little thing here. Okay, so we got some pipes. I know this one wraps around this back foot. It comes in like this. I like to try to put these together on camera if I can, to show people how these go together. Okay, so this wraps around his foot. There's a little key in here that I don't want to break it. It is flexible to a point, but okay, that goes there. And then this comes in here. That's a tight fit. I don't want to force it. Okay, I'm going to have to stand up. Maybe I'll block the camera a little bit. I don't know. Get that in first. Okay, we put that in first. I think we need to heat this up a little bit. So I'm going to heat this up real quick. I don't want to snap it. So this is how you bend resin. You heat it up with a hair dryer. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just need to work on getting it around the foot better. Okay, I'm not going to force it in right now. I'll play with it later, but I think you get that sense of how that works. And then I've got another little key right here. Oh, there's some glasses here. I'm not sure whose glasses these are, to be honest. Are these Hulk glasses? What else I got? I got, oh, Tony Stark. Stark Tower. So I didn't look at any pictures of this before I tried to put it together. I think this comes in here somewhere. Let's see. Pretty sure this is going to wedge between some rocks somewhere. Not sure exactly where. Okay, we got another pipe here. And I think that pipe in the back's not sitting down because I don't have them down in the base all the way. At least the front foot's not down quite all the way. This is going to come in here like... This comes like... That's what I get for not looking at pictures first. Thought that goes there. Where does this go here? Ah, this goes here. Okay, that goes like that. Getting there. Oh, Tony Stark goes on this foot. There's a slot for it right there. Perfect. And then this pipe. There's the place for the glasses. There's actually little keys in there for the glasses. Excuse me. And then I saw another key. Oh, here it is. And then this pipe. Oh, this goes over his foot too. Same way. Similar. Yeah, I think I need to get the foot down in the base more somehow. Or I just need to work on heating these up. So anyway, there he is put together. I'm not going to force those pipes right now to maybe get on it with a hairdryer. So there you go. Okay, I got to back up more. I got to move my chair 1 second. Because I can't back up far enough. Alrighty. Get some more light on them. Let me take a drink of water real quick. So, don't you love that sound of someone drinking water when they're wearing a microphone? It's amazing, isn't it? All right. All right, let's put some heads together. So I'm just going to do I'm not in no particular order. And make sure I put the teeth in the right way. Otherwise, they may get wedged. Like I just did with that one. Oops, don't drop it. All right, so those go in. And like I said before, the hair is separate. I'm down here on the ground. I'm not sure if you can see me or not. Yeah, I'm doing a video. Give me a few minutes. Okay, and then hopefully this will stay on. All right, so there's the first head. Looking pretty menacing. Come down a little bit. Oops. All right. All right, looking pretty cool. Digging it. I do have a favorite head, and I'll tell you that which one when I get to it. So as with any Hulk, if there is a switch out head, you're going to have seam lines. There's nothing you can do about it. And of course, the hide right here in the chin line and behind the hairline. So it's done pretty well. I'm going to actually slide him back a little bit on this turntable. It's making me nervous. But yeah, so this guy's this one is just kind of grit his teeth at you. Okay, so there's that first head. And then here's another head. Now this one's gonna take me a second to put together because the mouth is 3 pieces. Get it all wedged together, right? I love the fact that the hair's casted in clear, which is interesting to me. You can actually, they're primed, but you can actually get some pretty cool effects with paint, with clear resin. Let's see, does this fit this? I think these all fit the same. Yeah, they all fit the little back plate that holds the teeth and stuff in. They're all the same for each head because the head doesn't turn on any of the switch outs. It's all the same position. So right off the bat, this head right here, this may be my favorite. I don't have to put the other ones together. So right off the bat, this one, the seam line's hitting a little bit better just because of his expression. So hitting a little bit better. And I like the short hair too. I need to plug my phone in. Hopefully it's still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. Come on. Oops. 1 second. I'm getting low battery notice and I don't want this to stop in the middle of my recording. That would suck. Come on. There we go. I think we're plugged in now. Alright, so there's the second head. Digging it. Take that one off. Let's do this one next. This one's, he's just kind of smirking at you. Now these heads are numbered, by the way. I didn't even notice it till just now. So this head that I'm putting on now is number 1. If I can get the mouth in right. So the first head I put on was number 4. The second head I put on was number 3. These are way out of order. I didn't realize they're numbered. This is number 1. Isn't it right here? I think it is. This hair needs a little work to get to fit better. I'm just going to hold this head on because it feels like it wants to fall off. Again, none of these are glued on. I think this is my least favorite out of the 4. I still like it. I like his expression. I'm not a fan of the hair. I wonder if that's the right hair. 1 second. Sorry if my arm's in the way. No, that's the right hair. Yeah, that's right. I may need to heat it up to get it to fit a little bit better. Sorry, I'm in front of the camera, I know. Yeah. So I'm just going to hold it. I don't want to drop it. Okay, there's the third head. Actually, number 1. And I think this next one, it's between this one and the other open mouth that are my favorite. This is head number 2. Just got to put it together over here off camera. So remember in the very beginning, I told you that this was gifted to me by the producer for promoting the piece, and he did that. He offered that to me. I didn't ask for it. I never asked for freebies. I never asked for discounts because these things cost money, and you know, that's just not me. I don't ask for that stuff. So I know some guys say, hey, if you give me a piece, I'll promote your stuff. I promote it because if it's awesome, I'll promote it. Okay. This may not fit on there right now. This may need a little more work to get it to fit right. At least the mouth part. Yeah, I think this hair, I think some of the hair needs a little heat. And hopefully this. Okay. I don't want this to fall. That may be my favorite portrait. I really like his expression here. I like the hair. I really like everything about it. Yeah, this and the other one where he's got his mouth and he's kind of raging at you are my two favorite. The other ones I could, you know, whatever. Could have left them out, in my opinion, but everyone's got their own flavor. So, yeah, so I'm gonna, I think that's okay to leave on. So let me back up and get a height for you guys. Where's my tape measure? I had it. I gotta find it. It's in this mess of a studio somewhere. I just had it. Let me see if I can do a spin around while I try to eye my tape measure. Okay. So there's the back. So overall, very nice piece. A few little crits, and this is for the kit version. I got some gaps here I gotta deal with in the base with the rocks and stuff. So just some fitting issues I gotta kind of work out. Like I said, the tears in the pants on the right leg, I think the sculpt could have been a little bit better on that spot, just my opinion. Just massive, massive piece. The head switch outs are cool. I personally, I would have been happy with just two of them. I know guys love their switch outs. In my opinion, again, guys, I don't keep this stuff. You know, I don't have room for it. Cool storage place for switch outs, like a drawer, and some guys do that with the foam. I kind of get it. But to me, it's just extra pieces I got to find something to do with. So I found my tape measure. So let's get a height on this guy. So height wise, to the top of the head, you're looking at 33 inches. It's a big boy, maybe 29 and a half, somewhere in there. And then, like I said, your depth on the base is about 28. And now the width is slightly wider because we got the hand out there. But if, you know, we take from the pipe, which is the widest point, to the back of the hand, you're at about 21 inches wide. So 32 and a half, 33 inches tall, about 28 inches deep, and about 22 inches wide. So you're gonna need some space for this boy. But super high quality. Packing was excellent. 2 art boxes. Overall sculpt, great sculpt. Casting quality is very nice. You get the 4 switch outs if you're into that kind of thing. I personally don't care about them. Like I said, give me 1 or 2 really great. Just give me 1 really cool head. That's all I care about. Then you don't have to worry about the seam lines and stuff. I do love the tearing effect here on the back of the pants. And there's maybe a small crit. Maybe the pockets are a little small in the pants. Just kind of noticing that. But overall, very, very nice piece. And again, I got some little fitting issues I got to work here in the base. I just may not have them all in right. Again, it's my first time putting this together, so we have to play with it a little bit. But again, I can just do like a Bondo thing and it'll take care of that. But great piece by 36 Lab. I am doing their Rhino prototype, which is a project they're doing next year. So, and that's looking really good. And if it's anything like this, it should be another really nice piece by them. I'm not sure how many pieces they've done. This may be their first one. I was kind of invited to the group a while ago, and I think this may be their first one. Don't get me wrong. Don't hold me to that. They may have done others, but I think this is their first piece. But there you go. Incredible Hulk by 36 Lab. Cool piece, cool kit. So I think I'm a second person that's gotten their kit. One other arrived the other day. But there you go. Who knows when I'll get this painted? Way down the line. So, but it'll be fun. I'm enjoying the Hulks I've been doing. And I think this is the biggest piece I've had so far. Even the Age of Apocalypse Tyrant, what's his name? I can't think of his name. I think is about as tall as this guy is, but he's not as wide and as deep. So yeah, this is, I think, the biggest piece I've had in my possession so far. Things just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's insane. I'm actually going to be redoing my spray booth in the next year because I just don't, it's not big enough. I need more space. But cool piece. I keep saying that. I'll shut up. That's what happens. I ramble. I just keep rambling. But overall, I'd say as for the kit version, a strong 9 out of 10. Like I said,